one. We are the people too. Eliminate greed. We want justice for our workers.
End wage theft now. End wage theft
now. On Tuesday, December 9th, dozens of workers representing several organizations rallied at Los Angeles City Hall in support of the wage theft ordinance being heard later that afternoon at the City Council's Economic Development Committee. Among many shocking facts mentioned were 80% of workers in LA lose money due to wage theft, and 83% of employers who have judgments against them never pay. Here are just a few of the speeches we heard.
What I want more than anything is to be able to work. I was looking for work a lot of different ways. I applied for jobs at the mall, I applied for the grocery jobs, a lot of stuff. I don't know exactly how many, but I probably applied for dozens of jobs and I was turned down for each one. But really I want to work, so I didn't give up. I kept trying. Each time I didn't get the job, I was more discouraged than the last. But I kept going, I kept applying, and I kept getting turned down. A friend told me about the Black Worker Center, and I decided I wanted to get involved with that. I saw it as a way to better myself, to network, meet people, and increase my chances of finding work. Before I joined up with the center, I knew a few other people who were like me, trying hard to get work but never getting hired. I thought it was maybe happening to a few of us, but I didn't have any reason to think it might be bigger than that. But then I went out with the Black Worker Center's monitoring teams to observe the construction sites on the expo line, and I saw no black people at all on the construction sites. I got discouraged. It feels like no matter what I do, no matter how much I apply, no matter how much I learn new skills and network with people, I won't get the job anyway because I'm black. What I've seen makes me feel discouraged. There are probably a lot more discouraged black people out there who would be working if there were jobs for us. So I support raising the minimum wage and I support punishing employers for wage theft. Those are all good. But the biggest kind of wage theft there is when people are locked out of jobs completely because of their race.
Right.
I hope the City Council will pass laws lifting up workers and holding employers accountable, but I think part of that has to be enforcing equal opportunity laws so that people like me who want to work and are qualified to work can get ourselves jobs instead of just more rejection and more discouragement. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to call up Axel from Tirla to tell his story.
Hi, mi nombre es Axel Paredes. ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! ¡Sí se puede! Yo trabajé en una gasolinera. Empecé a trabajar desde las 7 de la mañana hasta las 5 de la tarde.
I was working in a gas station and they sold my salary, taking me like 2 hours away from my day every day.
Somos muy claros y muy específicos al decir que tienen que pasar esa ley del robo de salario. Son seres humanos los que estamos trabajando, que hemos venido a este país.
So we got to be specific and demanding that they have to pass this ordinance because the workers are human beings.
So we won the right to overtime, but there are domestic workers, our members who are working 24 hours as live-in caregivers, and often they're paid as little as $80 a day, when literally they're working around the clock, needing to shift people because they're bedridden and they want them to have good quality care and not get bed sores. So every 2 hours, they have to get up around the clock. And when you're working with a limited amount of sleep, you're working around the clock for less than minimum wage with no health care, and your body gets depleted from its health. You know, this is not right. We need to have real change, and real change would mean real wage theft enforcement of our laws. They say our country is a rule of law, right? But they're not enforcing the laws that protect workers, and that needs to end today.
We are here to do the work that we must do in this great city of Angels, to protect those who do the hardest work, who get up day in and day out, who take the early bus, who come home late at night, who struggle and work for dignity and respect. For those who do the work that others do not see but enjoy. For those who are here coming from other countries and other places to make sure not that they have a better life, but that their children have a better future. We will push the city attorney to do all that he can and all that he must do. And we will put an end to this robbery. This robbery that takes place every week, $26 million stolen from the pockets of families and from the hopes and dreams of their children. $26 million every week. More than $250 million that could be utilized in our communities, that could be spent at the local grocery store, that could be spent at the local theater, that could be spent for our children, for their books and their pencils and their computers and their tablets.
It's bad enough that so many workers live in poverty because they're trying to feed their families on the minimum wage. But what's worse is that around a quarter of low-income workers don't even receive their whole tiny wage. There are industries where a huge percentage of the workers either don't get minimum wage, don't get paid overtime, and sometimes get entirely cheated out of their wages. If you're in janitorial and you help clean our office buildings in the city of Los Angeles, there's a reasonable chance you're not only not getting a decent wage at $9 an hour, you're not even getting the $9. Maybe you're not even getting your wages at all. After a few weeks they say, come and get me, see if you can make me pay you. This is something that has to change. We have to increase the minimum wage, but more importantly, we have to stop being the wage theft capital of the whole damn country here in Los Angeles. It's an embarrassment, and we have to change it. So if we're going to end poverty in Los Angeles, we have to increase the minimum wage, but much more importantly, we have to stop employers stealing from their workers, and this begins to end today.
End wage theft! No! Everywhere we go!
Everywhere we go!